Hi, I've just recorded a 2 hour video and probably I'll keep still. Just recorded a two hour video and none of it was recorded. Gutted. Same gutted beyond statement. Anyway, this video and keep still. This video I was going to go into more detail about my family and the targeting programme. The last video went off about 2 hours, literally 2 hours. I got started and off I went. Anyway, so this video, I'm just going to go on to the mainly UFOs, and I'm going to briefly now explain what targeting is. If anybody wants to know what targeting is, or what I'm going through, or etc., go onto my other channel. It's Joanne369. Okay, and on that channel you will see the letters of from the council and Douglas Police, Douglas Council, Westminster Police, the IPPC, and what targeting it is, to put it briefly, is organisations that target a person, literally targeted, and the whole purpose of target is to fuck you up, to control you, to send you mad, etc., etc. The core of the targeting programme is infant, child and adult rape, believe it or not. It's a very sick programme. They start, I think it's rolled out everywhere around the world. And there's a lot of people, well, there's quite a few people when I sort of went onto the internet to research this, and sort of groups and organisations. There were 4 ladies meant to be individually targeted, and it was all a setup. There's a lot of bullshit out there, but I'm not going to go into the targeting and what I'm going through. But if you want to know more about it, go onto that channel. Okay, I'm going to post loads, okay, absolutely loads of the creature beasts. That's what I call the fucking flying monkeys and the drags and the whatever that have involved in that channel this week. Loads. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to go on. I started before, didn't I? I was like, yeah, if you want to know about the UFOs, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what the next. Yeah. And I should have. There's loads to tell you, and I'm going to stop to be useful. Do you know, you get things, and it's crap bloody thing anyway. So that's something. So I'm going to briefly tell you a bit about the UFOs, my family, as I call them, or why I call them my family. Okay, and forget this under 30 minutes. Put my hand there. Move around. Anyway, okay, I first started seeing the lights about 2 years ago, May 2019, and they moved very slowly across the sky, and there were 2 lights in my eyesight, in my eye line, should say, and they were very visible in the sky, and they moved very slowly over several hours. And then I saw the third one, there's like a third light appeared and moved very slowly, with all together sort of like in unison. And from that point on, I've seen them. They always made contact with me, either flashes in the sky, in the day, in the evening, or the ship's been very apparent. The crafts, I should say, should come ships. The crafts been very apparent. I filmed some of these, and I think I've dropped some film. I filmed most of them. In fact, stop doing that. Most of them. Most amazing things I've not. For some reason I don't know why they've not letting me film things they've done that's amazing, like they've changed colours. But if you've seen them moving up and down, I've posted them moving up and down, moving side to side. I've asked them questions and I've answered questions by flashing or moving up and down. I speak to them mainly telepathically. Right from the very beginning, I'm going to tell you a bit about the targeting. They never came because I've been targeted. They've told me they would come anyway. Okay, this was planned for me to be in contact with them anyway. Okay, when I was targeted, I think they sort of made themselves very clear at the beginning. I think they came because I was targeted, made themselves visible to everybody at right at the beginning, before the lights made themselves clear, sort of like energetically. I can remember I suffer from I've got a health condition which caused me pain and fatigue. Okay, when they're targeting, that's the reason I was not the reason I was targeted, because I was seen as an easy target. I moved to this area not knowing anybody. Was going to make friends, but because of the health condition, well, I did make friends. Because of the health condition, I was just in pain. I didn't know what was happening, and I was diagnosed with PBC. No, look that up. Look that up. You can if you want to, don't you? Which causes pain and fatigue. And I was just like, from being a gym head, I loved being active, going out, um, being very active, and I suffered from depression as well. So when I moved here, the reason why I'm here, big long story, but I sort of moved sort of from Derby to the West Midlands because most of the family was based in the West Midlands. And the reason I moved was because I tried to commit suicide. So I committed suicide. I won't be here. I tried to commit suicide, and so it was quite a serious attempt. And most of my family, my father at the time, lived in Birmingham, my cousins, blah blah blah, lived in Birmingham. So it's all decided for me to move to West Midlands, be near family, support, mental health team, so to put it. And I did. I'm not going to blame it on them, and I did it. So I was like, okay, new start, new change. It's all fucked up now. Anyway, so I'm here. No friends around, no family. To speak of, even though I've got family. I say I've got a cousin. I've got a cousin, this little girl, but I'm not going. Was doing these things, young, very protective towards him. Not bringing him into, but most of the family sort of just bereavement and other things have happened. I've moved here. In Lye, Stourbridge. Sounds very nice area when you say it, you know. And I thought, oh, very quaint. It's not full of beasts. Sex offenders, everybody knows what that term is. Anyway, so I moved here in this flat, and then there's a programme underway. It must be underway where there must sort of over 40s this flats were full, where convicted sex offenders, rapists, child molesters, etc. Literally, child molesters and sex offenders over the age of a certain age was put in this flat. So I didn't realise this until later on, literally, when I started to be stalked by the rapist, and when the targeting commenced, and I knew the police were involved, and loads of sex offenders. Anyway, moved here in pain, area, being stalked by a guy who wanted to do a snuff fantasy. He made no secret they wanted to kill me. Told this all to the police. Going off topic slightly, but I wanted to give you a brief what I was going through when my family appeared. Okay, so when they targeted to happen, they appeared all sort of like I was surrounded one night by entities that were very, not one night, one day I should say, but for quite a long period of time. I was in pain. Literally, I could tell you which muscles hurt or you use when you go to eat, because even lifting up and making the effort of eating was in pain. You just have to choose between having a shower or making dinner. I even used to sort of like ration how much water I drank, because I know I need to wee. That's how much pain. And if you listen to somebody with chronic pain, they will tell you that's it. You know, some days are better than others, and you've got to ration your behaviour, because you know you can be like now, even now, a lot better than I was. Thank you, family. But still in pain. I still have to ration what I do, because I know I'm going to be in pain. Okay, so this is why the targeted started. This is how the police knew, the council knew, everybody in the area knew what my health conditions, knew I had no family support around me, knew I was new to the area. So I don't have no school friends, anybody in the area. That's how the targeting started. One night, or day I should say, family just flashed at me. Really. One night, when the police were banging on the door, so nigger out, just under the police, nigger out, all sorts of things going to kill me. They're always going to kill me. I always got death threats from the police, death threats against members of my family, rape threats, etc., etc. Beings were around me. And the one in my energy, they never took over my body, but beings were around me. And the beings were all human looking, different nationalities. I'm speaking from someone who lives in the UK. So they were Asian, and my Asian is sort of like Asian or Pakistani looking beings, humans, Oriental, Japanese looking, black Japanese looking people as well. So black with Negro features with Japanese eyes. I had Mediterranean looking, my spirit guide. The first sort of being that said, you are one of us, was a Mediterranean looking guy, human, tan skin. I've had New Zealand looking individuals, as many different nationalities you can think, not just blonde hair, blue eyes, as the UA community would have you believe. Lying bastards. There's a lot more. If you think that the only beings that we have, the only beings out there are blonde hair and blue eyes, I'm not for you, mate. You might as well just turn off now. Seriously, I'm. There's other people out there doing that stuff. You know what I mean? I am not for you. I've seen, and I'm telling you, I've seen this with my own eyes. The beings that surrounded me were male and female, short, and even though I was lying down, I could tell that even the shortest one is taller than the human, an average human. Okay, and they surrounded me, and because I was too ill to fight the energies of these creatures, beasts. That's the first I knew that. But I called them. I don't, anybody who's had any psychic experience before, I can remember there's a few times in my life where I've been in danger that I shouldn't have got out, situations where I have unscathed. So I knew there was an energy. When this talking began, the Westminster Police, under the leadership of David Jameson, took a council under the leadership of Pete Lowe, their fucking entourage of fuckery. One of the things they head fucked me on, or tried to head fuck me on, was infant rape and child abuse. So they would make up scenarios where either one of them, onto police officers, beast, were raping a child. It was Sylvia, the female of the partner of Paul Burgess, stalker, who's got a conviction for rape and violence against women. One night they did this fantasy, or said this fantasy to me. They kept this fantasy where there was a female officer and Sylvia, sorry, a male officer and Sylvia raping a little black girl, mixed race girl from, I'd say, 6-7 years old. And then they brought another fantasy in where there's a baby, a white baby, say about 4-5 months old. And there was a hand put on the baby's stomach, which nearly covered the baby. And this undercover police officer, or fucking creature beast, was saying, you know, babies don't feel anything when you rape them. You know, they don't feel anything. So the court had to talk, and at that stage, because I couldn't take that fuckery, I prayed. I've never prayed in my life in a fetus position. I prayed that there was a God. I prayed that there was something, because I knew that I've had experiences of negative of beings that have come in and helped me, and knew that there was something out there. Okay, so I prayed, and I prayed to whoever the beings were to come. So all of us, not that night, but I think a few nights after, I don't know when it was, can't say, to be honest. I was surrounded once, one night, or day, I should say, lying in bed, fetal position. This was still going on, okay? And the being surrounded me, and I got very calm. I wasn't scared. The energies around me was very still, so like, it was sort of like there's them, imagine them, creature beast going on, and then energy coming in, that was very calm. and where my glasses are, that's where I am, where my eyes. So there's like them, the creature beasts, so sort of something blocked to them. So I can still hear the creature beasts going on with their fuckery. But something blocked them, and this is the people that were around my bed. All different nationalities, like I said, different heights, male and female, came in. Okay. What was going on about? Yes. So that's when there was a high beings, and this was very obvious. This was an energy that wasn't me, wasn't linked to me. Even though they said that one of them, the Mediterranean guy, I've said this before in a post, but I don't know if the racist attitude of the Western society has been so ingrained in me that I imagine it wasn't blonde hair, it was Mediterranean looking. So imagine dark haired guy, dark with olive skin, and I said, I'm your mentor. Yeah. And he was very angry, and he was like to them, saying, leave her alone. I told him to leave her alone, leave her alone. You're one of us, you're one of mine, you know, we are together, not in a sexual, but we are together linked. And he was telling them to leave me alone. He was commanding them, saying, leave me alone, you don't go near her, blah, blah, blah. And this is all energy linked, and they will know this. The fucking beasts know this. I didn't realise, well, I did realise at the time, slowly, that part of the toxic program is the Freemasons. The Freemasons, no matter what they say, are into occult, negative energy, knowledge. And the Freemasons in the West Midlands, I will say this because you can do fuck all about it, can you, you cunts, are very much involved in the targeting programme. They're members of the Freemasons. There's a plumber from P.S. Jones is a member of the Freemasons. Hobday, Jamie Hobday, Chief Inspector Hobday is a Freemasons. I had so much information given to me from these beings, that if you're a Freemason now and you've not been told to get out, they fucked you over. Seriously, if they've not told you what the Freemasons are and who is siphoning energies from all the Freemasons, what is the siphoning energy, and what alien group, I should say, what entities, if they're not told you to fuck off out, they're fucking you over. Okay. Anyway, going on to. Anyway, so I saw the lights. After all this happened, so I knew there was energy around me. I knew there was blocking things because I didn't have the energy or the will to block them. And even though as human beings, we have a natural ability, we have a psychic ability, even though we're not aware of it, to block negative entities, or we'll all be infected. If we didn't have that ability, we'll all be infected, and because we're not, and that's what I was told, because we're not. Okay. I've had 2 hours of this face, I'm knackered. Okay, so there's 2 types of humans on Earth. Okay, the original humans and there's parasitic humans. If you look at the people that are in my post, you'll see that most of them, if you go onto Dudley Council's list, look who's heading Dudley Council. Haley, a guy called Patrick Haley. Before that was Pete Lowe. David Jameson was the West Midlands Police Crime Commissioner. They are not human. In fact, Haley, I said this before, got quite pissy at me when I told them, when I asked my family, and go back to look at the videos, when I've said names, so and so, like I said, Jameson is not human, Haley is not human. Human that have no, and what I mean by human, they weren't created by the beings that you see by the lights, by family, they weren't created, so their DNA is not the same as my DNA, or any original DNA, original human's DNA. Okay, and it doesn't matter about the agnificy, race. I'll just say race. It doesn't matter about your race. It doesn't matter about your agnificy. I want to say it. I've started now. I want to say it. Agnificy. Okay, that's got nothing to do with it. We've been told, and even now there is a. we have been told that there's a, so if you break off that, either the white people that are white, blonde, hair, blue eyes, thinking that, okay, this pure race is white and blonde, hair, blue eyes, and the people of African descendants, it's the black. So the native people of Earth were black, and that's how. You know, there's always a duality, isn't there? There's no such thing. The duality is caused by the negative beings. Like I said, there's different ethnicities, different coloured people, different coloured people who surrounded me, and they are higher. They're not even the people, the lights, my family. They are higher beings. They're like angels. They're like the creators are there, and I think there's angels there. The people that I call my family are there. Human beings are there. I think that's how it goes, and there's different dimensions. Okay, we have been lied to for so long and about so many different things that it's astonishing. So this is just to put the record straight. This is the last time I'm going to do this, because like I said, I don't want people to sort of like take everything as as gold, as their wisdom. This is just what I have experienced. This is what I want to sort of show to the world. Okay, this part of it you will get because you're an original human. No matter where you are in the world, you're going to get what I'm saying. Okay, no matter if you're blonde hair, blue eyes, you're going to get what I'm saying. Okay, there's going to be people that are black, that I know are fucking demons, that are part. I just know. Okay, so your agnificent, the person's race has got no bearing if they're demon or not. So just because most of the fucking people look ugly, look at them, the white, middle-aged, short-ass fucking beast. Okay, there's going to be a white, short-eyed, balding man that's more linked to me than anything. It's going to be more part of my family, more part of my. We're from the same energy source, more human than a black woman living down the road from here. That's, you know, your ethnicity, your race doesn't govern where you come from, but there's a very large part of it. Original humans, just want to put this out there. There's going to be original humans. There's going to be parasitic humans. There's going to be humans that have been made that have got a connection to your soul group, to your clan, or whatever you want to call them, because you can feel with your heart. Think of somebody now. Just think of somebody that you love. Okay, think of something that you love. Okay, your heart, even now, just saying the words, I'm not thinking of anything particular. Your heart glows. Okay, your heart will glow. That's when you know your original human. If you can feel that, if you can feel the energy coming from your heart, you know you're original human. You don't have to meditate for 10 hours. Just that, just thinking alone, okay, and you feel your heart, the energy coming from your heart, you feel it glow. Even if you can't feel it now, if you're going through a period of depression or you're going through pain and there's life, just think there's going to be times in your life, because I've been there, I've been suicidal, like I said, being suicidal, and I was seen as an easy target, but I know that doesn't stop me from not being human. That doesn't stop me from feeling my heart chakra when I'm out of that state, and just feeling just joy and love. Okay, if you can feel that, and you don't have to feed off another person's misery or another entity's misery or another being's misery to feel happy or to feel joy, you know you're original human. Okay, you don't have to put another being down. You're not governed by I am this. You know, racist. If you're a, I don't know if it's racist, affect all racists, but I know the racists in this block have entities attachments to them because of their emotion, because of their emotional state. The creature at number 30, Brian Adflet, who's been involved in the targeting community, he, his energy is resentfulness, is hate. He thinks he should have got more out of this world than what he's got. Okay, so he's a racist. So he thinks he's more superior to others. He will not look into himself. Some people that have got no ability to self diagnosed, and to look at other people I know that feel they're entitled to something in this world, I think they're superior to others, um, will not feel that. They won't take. They'll have no connection to how. So yeah, the reason why he hasn't got 1,000 women chasing after him is because of X, Y, and Z. It's not because he won't look at himself and think it's because of my energy. It's because I'm a beast. No, he's not going to think that. The racist Patrick, he lives off fear. Okay, he likes people to be scared and to be fearful, and that's the energy he feeds off. Okay, even though he's a little midget himself, and that's the energy that governs him is fear. Okay, the way your natural energy state is, just generally, okay, you will know if you're what I'm saying you can relate to. Okay, if you have to, I'm 50, right? So I've come to an age where I've come across people in this world who just like to fuck people over. Okay, call them narcissists, call them psychopaths, sociopaths, call them whatever, call them got personality disorders, call them whatever. There's some people that cannot go through life having their energies and living with their own energies and connecting to people just by their energies without feeding off somebody. It's feeding off somebody's pain. Okay, you will know. Okay, so that you just like, I'm not going into everything because I can't be asked. I'm talking for ages. And your magnificency, I still can't say it. I just wanted to surprise myself and say magnificency. Before I can't even say it. Anyway, so your race has no bearing. So even though most of them are white, you'll see the Ku Klux Cowboy, as her name's Kenneth, the undercover police officer, tall guy, black guy. You'll see his affect change, his affect, the way he walks, the way he dresses, the way he carries himself. Before I knew he was an undercover police officer, I thought he was had mental health issues. I thought long-term mental health issues. So it goes from one acting like one being to another. People don't change that much to walking, but to even his walking style changes, his mouth, his face, something structural change. And anybody that's had time or knows about the targeted program or knows about undercover police, especially the ones that can do that, will know what I mean by that. Well, they'll change the walking style, they'll change even the way they look, they'll put something in the mouth to change how the way they talk. It changes, okay? I didn't want to go into that either. So like I say, black people are involved in this. It's not a race thing, okay? The New Wave community, the UFO community, and for you, there's lots of UFO community groups. We'll say there's blonde hair, blue eyes beings, say for the word the Palladians, and etc. Look at the world. Look at Earth, okay? Just look at the people on Earth. Just take a step back and look at the people on Earth and look at what they look like. The New Age community is such a psy-op because they knew this time was coming. The negative entities knew this time was coming, so they've put people in place. They're all saying the same thing. They're all reading off the same script, saying this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And if you're conscious about beings, this is what you should do and this is what they look like. Just take a step back, okay, and look at the people of Earth. And what my experience and what I saw around me, the people who were protecting me, and they will call themselves the same level as the angels. So we've got the creators, we've got the angels, and then we've got the people who made me, who said they made me, and then we've got earthlings, okay? Earthlings, that's what I call myself, okay? The beings that are around me were every ethnicity, I can't even say the word, every race looking that I could think of, even sort of like I watched the YouTube post, and it was like I've seen that one about the New Zealand and the school children for the friends and they're doing their traditional dance, and I was thinking, that's one of the people. So that's how they look like. That's one of the people. That's how it was because I'm not used to seeing that ethnicity people. That's so literally I was thinking, that's not like one of the people. That's the face features, and the skin tone and everything. Okay, so to think there's blonde hair, blue eye, that's wrong. Okay, then just coming in, assuming residents coming in, we are all original humans going to be contacted, or we have the ability to be contacted by our soul group, by a clan. How you were contacted will be, they will do nothing. This is all there will nothing that'll scare you. I'm not saying you will have UFO experiences or lights in the sky like I do. Even though I know two people from that I know personally that I've known in my life could have the experiences if they want to. I don't know about you. I know there's people in the UFO community, because I'm a black woman, working class, living on the council estate. I fucking gutted, bless little hearts. They're gutted that I can video UFOs and they've not had the same experience. Yes, that'll learn you, won't it? They're gutted that I'm having this experience and they've not. So they're going to do everything to discredit me. Ah, you can't, you fuckers. Okay. Your clan, like I said, will make contact or try to make contact, and you will definitely know that it's your people, that it's your soul group, that it's whoever, however you want to term them, whatever you want to call them. They will let you, time and time again. I questioned my family before even show themselves. I questioned things, and they would show me time. They'll do things time and time again to prove that it was them. Okay, your family, your original soul group, will want you to question them. You can't just have one or two experiences and go, oh, that's it now. And their ego will not get in the way. There's loads of people on the YouTube who say, okay, yeah, he said he's the General Great Commander, Smelly Bum from far away in the big galaxy plane, and that's how you've got to call them. You've got to turn around and you've got to bow and you've got to do this and that. Okay, that's ego talking. Why would higher beings want you to stroke their ego? When I call my family, it's done out of respect, it's done out of reverence. Like any elder, okay? If any elder come in front of me, not any elder, but an elderly person, my general is to show them respect. It's sort of like, yeah, open the door, do you want to, I wasn't, I'm not that with everybody, but if you know what I mean, just show somebody, an elder than you, especially a family member, show them respect. So I won't go into swearing and smoking in front of my grandma when she was alive. I wouldn't have done that. You're different because you showed them respect, okay? That's why I call them my family. Okay, they don't need you to worship them. Okay, there's, I'm saying okay a lot. They don't need you to worship them. They just want you to connect and to know how powerful you are. We are, as regional humans, more powerful than what we know. We have been told such bullshit. We've been told to be compliant with our suffering, like in the Bible. It says that Jesus died for our sins, so it's making us to feel guilty. The New Age community, you are linked to your whatever suffering you're going through now. It's linked. You and abusive links. You made a contract before you were born, and this is what's going to go through in life, and you're linked. That's a load of bollocks. And that's the biggest thing I want people to come out of this video. And from what my experience is, you are not linked to your abusers. You are not linked to your suffering. The energy on Earth has been corrupted once again by negative entities that feed off our suffering to make us compliant, to make us so we don't go, So they've got religious texts to reinforce what they say, so we don't sort of like question it. We forgive our abusers. We don't fight back. We don't say, no, this is not feeling good. I don't like this. We don't question it. We just accept it, and this is part of life. And that, if we suffer it enough and we do it with such grace and we do it without moaning, we accept the negative things that happen to us, that one day in heaven when we die we'll be rewarded. No, we weren't made, and Earth wasn't made to, this civilization, previous civilizations on Earth weren't made to suffer. if you stand back and realise just how ridiculous that statement is and how that opinion is, especially if you've come from a family that gives you, so if you've got a grandma or a grandparent or a parent that loved you so much, you know that they wouldn't want you to suffer. They love you so much. Why would they want you to feel pain to learn? Why would they do that to you and say you're going to suffer because you're going to learn from that suffering? Okay, you're not going to learn from being happy. You're not going to learn from being free. You're not going to learn from being with your own thoughts or with your own feelings. You're going to learn through that suffering. Yeah, so that geezer over there is a bit of a twat, but you're linked to that twat and you're going to suffer. So whatever he wants to do to you, it's not on him, because you've said it's a contract. You've made this contract. No, that's such a load of bollocks. So, and the New Age community have got a lot to answer for, and religious texts have got a lot to answer for. Go on to the religious texts. They know the negative beings that have controlled Earth. They know that we have connection to higher beings. They know that as original humans, we have got a high connection. We have got a connection to higher beings. So that's why religions were created. And our natural ability to decipher good and bad was cut off. So part of our DNA, part of our psychic ability has been cut off. It was cut off in such a way that so many negative beings and so many negative energies has dampened our ability to see who people really are, see what entities are around people, and to even trust our own judgment. Can you imagine that? It's just yeah. So we look to a minister, we look to whoever, look to any man, we look to our politicians, we look to whoever, we look to a priest, we look to whoever we think is higher than ourselves to tell us how to be, when we know in ourselves that if we just go within, the answers are there. Okay, but we've been corrupted, and the earth's been corrupted where it's been led by negative entities that has, okay, the original humans need something. They've got a natural a connection to a higher source. We need to cut off that high source and put something in its place. Okay, this is what we're putting in its place. We put in religion, we put in a philosophy, we put in a way of living, we put in a way of thinking. This is what it's going to be. Okay, it's all been put in by negative entities, and literally mean negative entities, negative alien group, so they can cipher off our energies. So our energies go to that, whatever we've decided, whatever a religion, whatever philosophy, whatever country you come from, whatever government, whatever you think is higher than you that can guide your life. That's where it's going to. That's where your energy is connected to. That energy is connected to whatever created it. Okay. So the Freemasons, I say the Freemasons because shit. The origins of the Freemasons, it was created. The force that's feeding off Freemasons is the Greys. Is an entity. It's an alien race that's controlled mankind. The Greys are not entities that have been controlled by other people, by other alien races. The Greys are fuckers in their own right. Okay. They have controlled humanity and negative humans, and they have created and they dampened down natural original humans, and they have created humans that have no connection to high energies, that are only connections with physical things, energies that are heavy, that are dark, that can feed off people. So they're parasitic, so they feed off people's fear, feed off people's anxiety, etc, etc. We you know, because I've done this for 2 hours and I've just come out and I was thinking, have I said this before? How much have I said? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Because of the energies coming in now, all original humans will be connected to their clan. Like I said previously, we will all be connected to a clan. Don't listen to me. I know I'm going on. Don't listen to anybody on the internet who says, yes, I'm a Pleiadian and I've got this, and you know what I did for Earth, and it's, you know, this, you know, it's calling. This is a calling. And I'm sacrificing myself. You know, I can't go out to work, so that's why I need your donation. So if you could send something in PayPal, you know, and every week I know I put myself out there. I cannot tell you how many faults, how many corrupt, how many negative, fucked up beings they are on YouTube who are saying they are higher energetic beings, that they are higher, they connect to higher beings, and that they're only on YouTube every week because I can't live any other way. It's because I'm part of this this lapidation group or whatever, or like the Mandis group, insecticide group, you know, and here for humans, and they're not. Uh, I love to be introduced to one that is. So if anybody out there and you think, you know, that person, Joe, no, that person there, he's really telling the truth, and he can't get a normal job. That's why he asks for handouts, or she asks for handouts every week, because he can't get a normal job, because they've been going through this all their lives, and people know who they are, and the lights, the feeds off the subscribers, the feeding off the energy that they have naturally. They can't get any other way by people giving them energy. So we log on each week. We don't know as original human beings how much power we have. As original humans, we don't know how much power we've got. I'm rushing. I know I'm rushing. And I've got the creature beast doing their thing. Bastards. Okay. The negative entities cannot touch original humans. The negative entities will go to humans that resonates with their own energy. Okay, to hide who they are humans who say that they're all love and light, who are not humans. Anybody who's old enough to know or had experience with narcissists or psychopaths will know this, especially out in the community. They pretend to be all nice, and they get the feeding, and they get to fool others into thinking that they're all out to the very good and the very nice person, and the whole purpose in life is to help others. I think, especially now, I'm old, we can see through people and know when somebody's a con artist or not. Especially now, as the new age, as the energies are coming in, original humans will know which are con artists and which are not. You will see the entities on them, and that's what these creatures don't want you to see. Okay, the prime ministers, the royal families, the celebrities, they don't want you to see the entities that are feeding off them, and you will be able to see the entities that are feeding off them. The only way they can stop this is to make you anxious or to make you fearful of life. So it just blocks you. Just when you're in fear, you just like a rabbit in headlights, aren't you? You just don't do anything. When you're anxious, you just sort of your nervous energy. Okay. When you're very calm, and when you're very much in control, and when you're sort of like okay, and when you go into yourself, that's when you will connect with your clan, your soul group, whatever you want to call them. The entities that I call my family, we are part of such a large body of beings, of positive beings. I am part of beings that created the earth, and part of the beings that created the animals on earth, or species on earth. I'm part of the beings or the energy that created angels, part of that created angels, that created other civilizations elsewhere. Yes, there are other human-looking beings living on a different planet that are more evolved than us, living their life somewhere else on another planet. We are part of, or I am part of, because like I say, I know there's some out there that watching this that are, well, you're fuckers, aren't you? I'm all love and light, I'm all love and light. Yeah, we are part of such a strong, higher energy beings that don't need to feed off other people to get the power. We just have to be. They just have to be. We are more than people say in the US community or whatever. Okay, you've got 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever spirit guides. We've got thousands and thousands. We are part of such a powerful group of beings that generate their energy from their heart chakra, from their love for us, and from the creators that created them, and the creators that the groups that are part of them. That to say that we are just 1 or 2, 3, 4 spirit guides that have got our back is just ridiculous. It's just such a ridiculous statement that it's not even. You can tell it's a con. Can't just get back, just stand back and just think about it. Think how many generations you've got to go back from the beginning. And what they told me right from the beginning, when I meditated, and right from the beginning, to go back to 0 point, or go back to source, go back to before I was even in this body, go back, and then just logically think back to how many beings, how you're connected to so many beings on earth that have lived before, that have yet to live, that have lived, and that are spirit guides to somebody else. So they're doing their own thing. That because they're doing their own thing doesn't mean they're not connected to you. We are so, and the beings, my family, they are sort of like the third one down. Also, the higher dimensional beings that you see that like can shift, like I've shown you, if you see the things that they can light, show up and they could disappear like that, so they can sort of materialise and dematerialise and dematerialise. I don't know what the words is. Anyway, and they are just one part of a big collection of beings. The part of the angels. Angels are different to them. So there was when I said that I had been surrounded my bed, it wasn't them. When I say that I had a Mediterranean looking guy that was, so he was my spirit guide, and I was part of him. It was part. He's not there, but my family, like my granddad, is part of a crap who has lived actually, so has come back to earth and died again, and reincarnated, and then died again and gone back. Like this guy is part of them. He's up there in the craft. That's his human self. My granddad. Oh, that's mad. Wayne, if anybody knows me from Derby, especially when I was about 16, an ex-boyfriend is part of, and I didn't think somebody. I don't know what I thought. I'm quite stupid, but yeah, is up there, and I didn't think to sort of say, oh, yeah, there's Wayne there, blah blah blah. And Wayne's a white guy, dark hair, and he was a bit of a criminal. So there's a bit of a criminal. Okay, yeah, he was, and this is what I mean as well. You don't have to live like Hobday, Jameson, Patrick Haley. You would think they would, because of the job and because they help people, and so many people, that's in theory, would help people, and they're doing a job to help people, that they would, when they die, they want to have entities connected to them. They have got entities connected to them. Secondly, when they die, they're going to go back to the abyss. They're going to go back to wherever entities that feed off this, whatever demon, whatever entity, wherever it is. When they do die and take their final breath, the strongest entity will just collect their energy, just and continue to feed off their energy. So again, it's not And even though Wayne was a criminal, his soul, he was a good man. You know what I mean? Um, he was a good man. He's a good man, and he's up there. So there's something as well. I don't think you have to be holier than thou, or never done the wrong thing in your life, or not, or don't swear, or don't drink, or don't smoke, or do whatever, or don't eat meat. I eat meat. Well, okay. I went through a phase of being vegan, but when all this was started happening, and then I went through a phase of going back to eating meat. And do you know what got me eating meat again? Surprisingly, you know, if you're Jamaican, and it was mutton, curry mutton. I can tell you the amount of times I've eaten red meat in the last 10 years, so in the last 20 years, say, was once. Very rarely did I eat red meat, and what got back me was curried red mutton. And I don't know if it's because when the last time I had it, or the first time I had curried mutton, was at an aunt's house who's passed now. So I don't know, but anyway, that's what got me so. Mutton, but I'm still getting visitors, aren't I? I'm a meat eater, smoker, drinker. I swear like a twat at times, especially to do with the creature beast, the fucking bag of cunts. They don't like me swearing. They said they don't like me swearing, but they still visit me. They still love me unconditionally, and they know why I swear. They know the frustration. They know I'm being targeted, and still this new age community where you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to raise your vibrations. Okay. God almighty, if you can feel love and you feel it in your heart, in your heart chakra, okay, you're connected. You can connect to your clan. You don't have to give up. If you have to give up a certain whole heap of things, just please. I don't know what to say to you. If you cannot feel love in your heart without having to give up X, Y, or Z, and you can't feel your chakra heart glowing, I don't know what to say to you. I'm like I say, it's all a big con. All this new age community, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's a big con, it's a big control, it's a psyop. Okay. Nothing I wanted to do. Say before I go off, please don't go off. Because we were naturally psychic, originally humans were psychic, and it's because the energies of the earth. There's three things I want to say, so this is the first thing before I go off. We were naturally psychic. Original humans are psychic in our abilities. The reason why we don't think we're psychic is because of the negative energies on earth. It's such being bombarded by negative entities, by negative energies. The way we live our life, it's being controlled by negative beings, being controlled by these negative entities, and it's been just like conditioned. We're so beaten down, and our DNA has been altered to a degree, that we lose touch of ourselves, our very basic selves. Our very basic selves, we had the connection to our high beings. We never lost that connection. So when I see them now in the sky, when they flash to me or I talk to them now, it's like an event because I can see them now. But before that, like I said previously, I never. It was just a feeling. They were just all around me and they'd help me. All original humans now. I don't know why it's so. I don't. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, all original humans beings now will have a connection because the energies coming in are lighter energies, and we'll have connection to our high beings, to our higher selves, to our clan. The only thing that can stop that is fear, and us being anxious about ourselves, and for the what's been control of us for so long, to constantly stop that. They don't want you to see the entities. So the creature beast, every time I see the entities on them. I can see whatever's feeding off them, I can see them, and they know this. They hate it. But you're the one that's you're the one that's fucking fucked up. You know what I mean? And you know you've got entities on you. Anyway, they're quite twattish. I've said this before in a post where they'll move to the right. It's like moving, so can't see. That's where the entities are always to their right. The negative beings, the the humans, I should say, creature beasts in my case, as I call them, has got a shadow on their face. The shadow is darkness. I don't know, it's their energy, aura, whatever. And the right side of their body, every even on the telly, even people are seeing somebody's got an entity attachment that I can see. Not all the time. Some of them haven't. The right side has is darker than their left. So there's a shadow. So when you look at me, didn't you? It's my shadow darker than the left. I've got more makeup on. And that's what I can see their energy. So somebody, when I see that on somebody, this is just going off peak for a moment. When I see that on somebody, I know they've got a negative attachment. They've got literally an entity attached to them. Okay, not all of them have got that. What's to say about original human? Original humans, your right side is the negative side. Okay, we've been told the New Age community says, "Oh, your right side, right side. Anything coming from your right side is always good, and anything from your left side is always bad." For me, anything on my left side is good. Hang on, is it right side? Anything on my left side is good. This here, I'll just go to this is family here. This is what my family, either with the ringing in the ears or with tunes, literally do tunes. Oh God, speak. Okay. Another thing as well, because our psychic ability is growing, we're going to see things, we're going to experience things, and we're going to shove off. They don't mind, no matter how many times you dismiss something. Your family are still going to do it in the way that try to contact you in a way that it's special to you, and it's special that only you can understand. So you might ask somebody a question, or in your head might say something about, oh, and there's something will come on the telly, or something will be on the radio, or you'll pick up your phone and you go on to first thing story you'll see about something you think about. There's going to be something that they're going to try to contact with you, but not to scare you. They won't do anything to scare you. They won't do anything for you to make you jump. They're going to say, that kind of thing. Okay, every human being on Earth now is connected to high beings that can now, because the energy on Earth is changing, it's going to be able to connect with your high. You're going to have that connection with your high beings. Okay, it's been people have also why the bad things happen. Why does God make bad things happen? If there's a God, if there's creators, why do bad things happen? It's not due to the creators, it's due to the energies on Earth where they couldn't step in. Now they can step in. I might do another post actually, because I was going to do a post about the just some things going across the sky, lines. Oh, chemtrails, that's it. And there's chemtrails are not what we think chemtrails are. I thought they were negative, and it's to do with the government and putting things down there for you into like conspiracy, and I believe them. The government put, and sometimes you do see a plane, but the chemtrails or the white mist, just give you a heads up, it's not something negative, and it's something for us. It's to counterbalance, because you'll notice some of them when you see them. There's no plane. There's nothing flying. There's no plane. It's just the white sort of lines in the sky. I've been told that that is to do with humanity. That is to help. This sounds so weird. This she says, this is to help humanity. That okay. What them trails you see in the sky is, some of them are good things. Okay, it's you've seen their plane. There's crafts all around Earth. You may not see them. There's crafts, and there's different types of crafts all around Earth. All around Earth. No matter where you are in Earth, there's craft. You look up in the sky, it may be cloaked, but there's crafts all around Earth. Okay, and that's to stop the negative entities leaving Earth. They are negative beings on Earth. Negative beings are only attracted to other negative beings, so they're going to log on to the energies of the parasites, creature, beast, negative being, negative humans on Earth. because they know they can't log on. The reason why I'm sitting here talking like this, the reason why being targeted, I've not flipped, I've not sort of lost the plot. One, because I reject anything that these fuckers are saying. They have no right to be targeting me, saving nonsense. And what I found out, it's just a fucking nonsense fest. And because of my attitude, like now, I'm sort of like, they fucking disgust me, they repulse me. These creatures fucking repulse me. I can say this and still, and this is what I couldn't get over. This is another thing I couldn't get over. Couldn't get over that my hatred towards these fucking creatures. But I'm having contact with higher beings where I feel such love and such amazed. I'm amazed I'm just in amazement at this whole experience of feeling such love and such connection to Earth. I feel such connection to Earth and to other animals on Earth and to the plants and to the trees and all that. The next breath, I'm calling them back a cunt, and I couldn't get over the disconnection, because when you see on the YouTube channels they say yes, you'll feel love and you feel love towards your enemies and blah blah blah, and you can't, and you're connected. So how can you be angry with them if because you made a pact, and this is before birth, and you might not remember it, but you made this pact. That's a load of bollocks, and they've told me that's a load of crap. That's complete and utter load of bollocks. So that's why I can say this. That's why I know that after this, I can, whenever my family shows up, I can record them and they'll still be there recording, letting me record them and let me show you that I'm in contact with them, okay? Because these fuckers are fuckers. They're not even human. They are not part of humanity. They're not part of the humanity. Another thing about energy, we've been told that all energy is the same. I'm going to go back to what I was saying before. We've been told that all energy is the same and that we are connected, even if we dislike them immensely, that my energy is connected to this beast. It's not. There's different energies coming from different places, okay? The reason why, again, I can fight them off, one, because I'm original human, okay? I was made to be on Earth. The creature beast, Jameson, Haley, their energy, their DNA, whatever they fucking sprung from, and what they've linked themselves to is energies, dark energy. It's occult energy that wasn't created on Earth. They're feeding off the entities that's controlling them. Are feeding off them because they're on Earth. Okay, they're feeding off them because they're in human form, and they said whatever. They have no connection. They have no heart connection. So it's easy to go to, not enter. I don't know if enter is the right word, but to connect with beings that are empty vessels. So empty vessels, their human form will say that will soothe their egos. Will say this is what is important in life. Status, money, getting a tan, being a fat bastard, being a beast, whatever. That's life. So. And they get other people to feed off them. So the parasitic, everything, the negative beings, you'll know people who are parasitic in nature, people who are not. The negative energy is parasitic in its very nature, okay? I don't need to feel happy. I don't need to feed off somebody or cause somebody misery to feel happy. That's just one thing, okay? Another thing as well, because we are connected, and our connection with these high beings are going to come in, happening now. Question everything. Your family won't mind you questioning anything, and I still question everything, and I see them, and I still question things that I see without them. I still question that when I see beings of the creature beast. I still question what I'm seeing. It's amazing. You're going to see such things that's going to blow your mind. So you're going to go, yeah, it's quite good. Okay, because people that have died, that's another thing as well. I wanted to sort of two things. Because we have an eye connection. We've always had that connection. That connection was being stopped. It's being cut. It's being severed by the negative entities. That's why when people die, we mourn them. It's just, and they know this. That's why religions were set up. They know we've got high connection to high beings, so that's why religions were set up. When people die, we mourn them because we think we're never going to see them again, or they've told us we'll see them again when we die. Original humans, when somebody died, there was still that psychic connection to them because we had a psychic link to them. So even though they must have, and we sort of like, yes, we mourned them, we missed them, but we knew there was a link to them, so you can still talk to them, and the energies are so fast. It's faster than the thought. So you think somebody's there. Really, that's how fast these energies are. And I've been told, for now, for humans now, they like it if you've got somebody that's died, or if you have a picture of them, because it's been cut now. If you have a picture of somebody, that's why there's graves. Okay, that's why there's, I don't know. But in my home, like, I've got a picture of my granddad, who I never met. I can't remember meeting it, and my uncle and my brother. As people come in, okay, and it's like an honour. I did it before, and for it's like an honour to their memory, because I won't forget them. So each time I go in the hall, I pass them, even though sometimes subconsciously I might not sort of, because you get used to things being there, don't you? You get used to pictures, things, and you don't really pay. But subconsciously, I know they're there, and I pay honour to them, and they're in my thoughts, even though I might not consciously be aware of that, but they're in my thoughts. So if you have a picture of somebody, a family member, just having that there, that is your connection, that is there, even though you might not, you get used to the picture being there. For you, if you want to sort of, if you're mourning somebody, to have some, as a remembrance, somebody where that connection's there, that connection's still there to that person. Especially now, if you, depending on who you are, your family member, my brother and my uncle, I didn't want them to get in touch. Never. I wanted them to, wherever they are. My wish is for them to be happy, to be safe, to know that where they're with the clan, they are with their clan. So they have gone back to where they came. Okay. Our sole purpose in this life is to just experience it, not to be a great scientist, not to be a great dancer. It's just to live life, to experience life, and then to go back to where we came, and to just to have the experience, okay? And to go back to our clan. That's all. No big thing. It's just to experience life, to learn what we can, and to laugh and to experience whatever, and then to go back to our clan and tell our clan and our, through our experiences, and through the experience of family members, or our clan, or our soul group, a whole group evolves, or the whole group learns, okay? Okay. How many times have I said that? So, and that's why, I wanted to say that because there's quite a few deaths. And there's somebody I know, I'm not going to say who it is, that's been, the parent died, the mum died a while back, and I could feel this pain, and I know that he was suffering, and I know that he was hurting, and anybody that's been in pain, emotional pain, will know that when you know someone is hurting, it's a physical pain, they are hurting, and I knew this guy's hurting, about the death of his mother. And I wasn't going to go. By the way, don't know me, but your mum said I wasn't, and it's, what I don't even think I'm psychic. She says, as I'm seeing you propose, I don't think I'm psychic, but I know that his mother would want him sort of like, okay, have a picture, talk to her, sort of like. She wouldn't want you to be in pain. She would want you to know that the connection is not gone. She's still there. She's still here. As soon as you think of her, she's there. The energy's there. Okay, he would have felt that. Actually, he would have felt her energy. So that's why I wanted to bring, and people that have died and they've felt the pain of the death. They felt the pain, and it is a physical pain. That know that family member is still there. Okay, and if you're connected to them, if you come from the same clan, that connection will never die. And you won't have to wait till death to feel their energy. Okay, it's just, that's what I want to say. That I don't know why. Okay, it's been on for quite a few months now. I should have said that. But anyway. Another thing as well. Sometimes when people die, um, life is ruled by these negative entities, these negative beings that don't just live off the pain of human beings. Okay, I can show you, like I said, like on my post, on my fucking targeting post, I can show you these creature beasts 24/7. Um, they have no connection to a higher self. Got no. That's how they live off other people's pain. Um, Sometimes people, for quite a lot of people, especially now, actually going through depression, are depressed. I'll just say it outright, just are depressed. Uh, and are in a lot of emotional pain, and they're going through emotions. They go through the notions of living. So they'll do whatever their society deems is acceptable. So they'll go get up in the morning, have breakfast, go to work, come home, get up in the morning, have breakfast, and they'll do that for 40 years, and they'll be in pain because they feel they've lost that connection. There's something missing in their life. So they'll do that. They'll go out on a Saturday night with their friends, they'll watch the local television, whatever programmes, whatever dramas coming to that time, whatever programme is running, and they'll get in and they'll try to connect with society by doing what the society tells them to do, and they still feel empty, and they still feel pain, and they still feel, and they'll get married and they have kids, and there'll be moments of joy and the moments of pure love where that's, and that, I think that's worse, but they'll know that they'll be missing something because they'll feel that moments of love and moments of pure joy and connectionness. Okay. Sometimes people in the world we live in won't. They'll just feed off joy. They'll just feed off your pain. Okay, so the joy will be short lived, and people just go through the motions. We'll go through the motions and wait for the next thing. We'll wait for the next night out. Okay, we're working 7 days a week. We'll wait for the next night out, and we'll wait for, okay, when I retire. Okay, when I leave this job up there, or wait till when we get a bigger house, or we'll have another child, or we'll do this, we'll do that, and you're chasing the joy, aren't you? Some people are saying as somebody who was depressed, somebody who was suicidal, fuck depression, that was suicidal, was thinking, okay, I've been going through the motions for so long that nothing's connecting. I'm not connected to anything. I'm not connected to anybody in this world. And you go out and you have a laugh and you go with your mates and you do whatever you're supposed to do, and there's no connection. And then there's a pain, and you actually feel a physical pain. And it's emotional pain, and there's no connection. And sometimes you don't know what another person is going through and how much they are covering to hide that pain, and they do so much to connect, to have that, not feel the emptiness, not feel the loneliness, not feel a no connection to this world. That death to them, I can remember somebody told me this. I used to work in mental health nurse. Well, this is what people are. I thought, and I was taught, and I worked with people with depression. I've worked with as a counsellor. I thought I knew what depression was. I thought I knew what somebody's suicidal thoughts were. When somebody gets suicidal, I thought, they don't touch on what it is. My experience, once somebody's committed to end their life, the load that is taken off their shoulders, the moment they can exhale, I was thinking, to get out of this pain, I know what I'll do, kill myself. And it sounds so irrational, but it sounds so rational as well to them. I could logically think this, think, oh, yeah, that's, I can't do this. This is what I'll do, and it's like there's a solution to it. And sometimes some people kill themselves or commit suicide or do acts that speed up their life, because the world, they just can't cope. They just want to exhale. They just want to and to sit back and just to be. And it's so hard to sort of understand somebody, or to be with somebody who's depressed. Somebody wants to sort of, and they're just sitting there, aren't they, sort of depressed, not saying anything, and you can feel the mood, you can feel the heaviness, you can feel the non-connecting to them. Or maybe you can't. I know some people. I know in my stage, I was smiling to everybody. Once I sort of realised, yeah, I'm going to come. I was quite happy to put myself up a bit. Once somebody makes that connection, that wants to end their life, that's it. They've made the connection. What we can do, if you're with somebody, a family member that has ended their life, is there's nothing you could have done. And I say this to somebody who's been there. Even after I tried to kill myself, I was thinking, well, I'm going to kill myself. And after I've got well, come out of this hospital, I'm going to do it again. Literally, and I've quite severe physical injuries that I could have died from. And there's so many people that helped me, thank God, medical people, thank the creators, that I came through it, and it's fine. But it wasn't, and do you know what? And it was for about a year or so afterwards. And do you know what made me happy to be alive and made me so pleased to be here and that I hadn't succeeded? Was literally, there's a little in Birmingham, in can't think where it is, can't think where, but there's a little park where I used to live. When I was doing shopping, coming back sort of late afternoon, and the sun was coming down. It was sort of like autumn time, and and the leaves were changing. And I couldn't, and there was like a pond, and there was ducks on this pond, and a play area for kids. And I was amazed at the beauty of the scene. This little park in Birmingham, nothing special about it, and I wasn't expecting to see it, and I was just amazed at the beauty and the trees and the changing colours and the sunset as it was coming down, and the pond and the bit. It was such a little thing that I was so glad, and that's when I had my connection to this world. That's when I thought, oh, so glad that I would have seen this. I wouldn't, and it was such an unexpected moment of connection to a nothingness, really. You think of the great busy seven wonders of the world. It was a nothingness that I felt a connection to. So I'm saying this, I don't know why I'm saying this, even though I do and I don't. Sometimes people just want to exhale, and there's nothing you could have done, nothing you could do to stop them. Just want to, they've been hurt for so long, and the pain is so immense. That's all they want to do is exhale, and there's nothing you can do. As a friend, I know that I've had a friend. Now I know how it feels and what it really feels like. So I live the fucking textbooks and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and it's to do with anger and it's a reverse anger. It's nothing to do with reverse fucking anger, you twats. Just like swearing. For me anyway, it wasn't inwardly anger. I had no connection. I was going through the motions and no connection to this earth. I felt no connection. Going out with friends, getting pissed, going to work, blah blah blah, and doing the thing, blah blah. Until like now, it's like I just did to exhale. And sometimes this world, this earth, just be still. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I want to say. Just be still and connect. They are there. We are connected to high beings that love us so much, that don't want us to be suffering. Now they are there. Not so you can go get your tablets and get the fucking timetables of the trains or nothing like that, but just to know that we are loved so much, and that this disconnection, before you do anything negative or to end that, and I know someone's saying just be still, but just sit in silence and connect, and to ask your family. Your family wants to get in contact with your soul group, wants to get in contact with you. They don't want to see you suffering. Like I said at the beginning of this, my family were pissed. at the creature beast, pissed, and was saying to you, leave her alone, stop it now, leave her alone. So, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I don't want to say it, but so I'm going to leave that in like that. Some people want to exhale, and there's nothing you can do. Family members that I've gone and watched this thing about suicide, and a wife was saying she had absolutely no idea that a partner, I think she was married to, would commit suicide. No idea at all. It came out of nowhere, and that's what most people say. They have no idea. Why most people commit suicide, they have no idea. There's this to live for, that to live for, that to live for, blah blah blah. And sometimes it's not about, no matter how much you love the people, it's your connection to the world. It's your connection. No matter about the kids, the grandkids, whatever. It's how they feel about connection, and how much pain they're in, and how much they've covered up, and they've covered up, and they've covered up. And it's difficult sometimes to say to somebody, listen, I'm hurting, man. That hurts. And say to somebody, what, why? And they go, oh, this, that, but sometimes it's too heavy, or you feel embarrassed to talk to somebody, or I haven't got anybody to talk to and say, listen, leave just to sit with somebody. So used to trying to fix people and to do something very quick, and we could do this. Sometimes it's just to be. So this is not making any sense. I've gone completely off track. And if I go over again, I'm gonna fucking start screaming. No way. But anyway, yeah. So it's not your fault. Okay. Anybody that's left behind has been affected by suicide by a family member. I know there's nothing nobody could have done to stop me. Nothing on earth nobody could have done to stop me. I'm glad that I lived through it, and it was the smallest thing. Like I said, a little crappy park that was made to have a pond and a thing, and it wasn't a family's connection. It wasn't connected to a family who some of them I never met. Weren't connected. Yeah, it wasn't a family connection. Even though I was sort of certain family members were like, oh, the joy that absolutely connects. What connected me was nature. Believe it or not, it was just a nature. All right, going down. Just don't record. Okay, bye folks.